Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture to see how those incidents may or may not affect our daily lives. Listen, sometimes it's easier for me to go live than it is for me to try to do this recording. So we are about to review episodes 1 and 2 of The Acolytes. All right. Just for some housekeeping, please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps with my engagement. Also, support the channel. Hit that like button. Help me reach to 3,000 subscribers. I need for you to help me help you see me. Okay. All right. So let's get into the acolytes. Now, I'm going to tell y'all really quick how many times I have stuttered and stopped to do this video. Um, and then I think it hit me, and I will go over at the end what hit me. So, what I'm going to do is just share what my go over the basic storyline and then my thoughts about what it is. Okay, so Disney Plus Star Wars put out the first two episodes. The plot is simple. You have there's certain themes that are going on. So basically what's going on is you have an assassin going around killing Jedi. The Jedis are trying to keep this under wraps because they don't want their political standing to be demoted of anything like that. So that they have sent out some Jedi to go out to figure out who is doing all of this killing. Uh, they end up coming up with this young lady named Osha. And they arrest her, and then later they find out it is not Osha. It is Osha's twin, who is May. Now, you put them both together, Osha May sounds like somebody grandmama if you just want to know the truth about it. But let's be serious. So there's a couple of things. So that this is what's going on. This is what's going on with the plot. I will tell you, it just seems like they revealed too much in the first episode. To where watching the second episode, it was like they picked off. These are supposed to be some very savvy Jedi, and they picked them off. She picked them off really, really, really quickly. Uh, I would tell you, just Carrie Ann Moss was a waste of a high profile star. I don't know if she had something else to do or if it was the fact that she wanted to be in this franchise just to say, hey, I was in the Star Wars franchise. But I just think it was a really, really big waste of her star power to have her die off at the first episode. If they knew that they were going to kill this person off, they really should have made her into something else. That's just me. That's just a personal thing. Now, the assassin May had to really, really, really work to kill her, and Carrie Moss's carrier was Master Indira. Uh, May worked really hard to kill her. She had to find out, everyone has a weakness, and she found out her weakness was she wanted to save people. So while she was ended up saving, so what happened was May comes into this town. There is this bar, something about Star Wars and bars. She goes in and she challenges Master Indira. Master Indira's like, look, I don't just fight people just to fight people. And so May creates the situation so that Master Indira would fight her. They do fight. She does get the best of her. She kills her, and this is what sparks the show. I will tell you, in this, there are a lot of things that are coming up. I think that's indicative to Star Wars. Uh, Number one, twins. We see that with the we saw that with the Luke and Leia in the prequels in the regular, and then we see it in the sequel. You remember they said that Ben and Ray were twins in the Force kind of thing. So we see the twin angle come up. We see the raging against the machine. So there is a Sith out there lurking, who is training May, and they're killing the Jedi. All right. And we're also seeing too this bewilderment right now. I see O'Shea like Anakin was before he went to the dark side. He I'm not going to even say Anakin. I think it was more of Ahsoka. How Ahsoka believed in the Jedi and believed in the Jedi's ways until she was turned against it. And so we're seeing O'Shea believing in the Jedi, believing in their cause, believing because they saved her back when because she believed that her sister was the one that started all the melee that happened on her homeworld, that the Jedi saved her. So we're starting to see now that again, the Jedi has something sinister. There's something sinister going on within the Jedi Order. And I guess we're going to find what that is. And what I mean by that is you have four Jedi that were stationed out on this girl's homeworld. And then this homeworld catches fire, or wherever they were at catches fire. And everyone is dead. Because if you remember, if you've watched it already, you remember how when May was baiting Master Indira to fight, she says, "Oh, I don't fight, or I don't, do." She made a statement, "I don't fight or I don't kill just willy nilly," and May said, "Yes, you do. Jedi do that. You do that." So there's something that went on back then that to me is the whole kickoff point about what's going on. And even if you start going forward into the prequels and into Forever Amen and Star Wars, there is, to me, that sounds like there is a rot in the Jedi Order. And I think Yoda tried to put a band-aid on the wound of the rot, and they thought it was okay because you put a band-aid on it and you rubbed a cast on it, or you call yourself cutting it out, cutting most of it out, but you just didn't get it all. And because the wound wasn't as infected as it was, you kind of let things slide. And this is how we got the Sith to be able to grow and build and do all of these other different things. So I talked about just there was this theme of twinning. And you can even look at it in the title, how you see the acolytes, the lost, and then the found. Who's lost and who's found? Uh, is 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 Osha? Is she found and May is lost? Or is it the other way around? Is Osha lost and May is found because May has the understanding and she understands what happened that time. So is Osha lost? And then we get into the second episode, and it's titled Revenge and Justice. Is it justice what May is doing, or is it revenge? Interesting, interesting, interesting. So again, I'm going to be merging these two episodes because, like I said, I see why they gave us these two episodes, because at the end of the first episode, it didn't like go make you go ooh. But at the end of the second episode, it did make you go ooh, because we got to see Kelbaka, uh, I guess a relative of Chewbacca. We got to see him. He was, and remember we were seeing this. Is he the one that we were seeing when they were children? When you saw like the cartoons or something like that, he was the one that we saw as a children training to be a Jedi. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's continue. So you have May on her quest, and then they realize that Osha is not the killer. It is May. Everybody's starting to question everybody but Osha's old master. He's being played by, let me get down here now. Let me be real clear. Let me see. Amanda Steinberg is playing May and Osha, and we have Lee Jung Jae. He's Master Saul. Everybody is perplexed and confused except for her, because when Master Indira was killed, she was shocked to see this person was there. But Lee Jong-jae was not, Master Saul was not shocked to know that May was alive. He was not shocked. And neither was Master Tobin, because you can tell whatever happened uh, all those years ago. affected Master Tobin to the point where he's in some kind of obscure uh, Jedi temple, just meditating, just floating and meditating, had been floating and meditating for years. And it was easy to get rid of him because she played on his guilt. And he took the poison willingly and died. So, whatever happened, it gives me that they were now my initial thoughts about what happened way back in and why we have May doing what she's doing, because May was stunned too, because now May has been lied to too. May believed that her sister died as well. She couldn't believe, the sisters couldn't believe that each one of them were alive. And what I think happened is that they saw that both of these twins were force sensitive. um they knew that they were too old to be trained, and so they took one. Some Both of them tried to train him, and then it didn't work out. And in the midst of the training, a fire happened, and they thought May had died. May thought she had killed everybody. She got off the planet. I don't know how she got off the planet. I don't know any of those things. But I think that they tried to train them. And so he was like, okay, Master Saul brought Osha to the Jedi temple. But again, another thing that came, being too old to train. You see how she piddled out because of grief. But most of that is because she just didn't have the knowledge base of what was going on. They didn't give her the knowledge base, so she chose to leave. I don't know. I'm not as invested in the characters as right now. I think that what's her name? Osha. I think she's a little bit. She's not a little bit. She's naive. Well, she's ignorant, and it's not a matter of anybody calling her, she's ignorant because she just doesn't know the things that she should know. She doesn't know the things that she should know, and so it's affecting her ability to make decisions and choices and things like that. Let's move on. I see that they have Charlie Barnett as Yord. I was calling him Yordi all through the thing. I will tell you, I've been watching him on different things throughout the years, and I've just noticed that he has lost a considerable amount of weight. That's not a bad thing. He looks good on him. I just, it was just to the point where he had lost so much weight, I almost didn't recognize him. So, but that's a good thing. I'm just trying to say, Kel Naka. Kel Naka is who's Chewbacca and kinfolk. So, So we just spent a lot of time setting traps for May. We find May's cohort, Kamir. Now he's an interesting character. He's the guy that he's her like her MacGyver, like her Q. He's out here just rigging up all these little different things, and they seem to have the same master, or they seem to be following the same ways. So I'm going to be very, very interested to see what's leading up to him. He's an interesting character. Like I said, Kira, I did. I think as far as watching the rest of the movies, I was expecting to see her. I guess my first initial thought was she ran across this girl and then she decided to train her, and this young lady was going to have issues going back and forth across the forest, but just to show her that as a master, and she gets killed the first 15 minutes. I think that's why I was having so much problems trying to take this, because I'm like, damn, now that would have been a good force user. We could have seen, but it just seemed like squandered, just kind of squandered. You could have used somebody else. You could have used her in a different situation. And maybe that's what it is. So we have, out of the four Jedi that were there on that lane, on what is it, Burnock? I can't remember where it was. We have two left. We have Kelnaka and we have Master Saul. And I am in confusion as to why Master Saul is not that he's supposed to be worried about his death or anything like that, but he seems to know a lot more than what he is telling. I believe he knows what's happened, because even when they had the big fight between May and Saul, you notice how There was not one point that she got the best of him. She got the best of the other two, but there was not one point that she didn't get the best of him. Do y'all think that he's like a Palpatine? He's going back and forth? I don't know. All right, so I'm going to end this because I did not want to make this long. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on what I see and what I'm feeling. Uh do I like it? It's building for me. The first episode was blah. I think after Master Indira was killed, I was just like I wasn't as invested as I was. There was some cameos. We did see the Trade Federation show up. We learned some information about the High Republic and what basically is going on in the High Republic. Politics is very important, and we see that the Jedi have the ability to go out to the outer rim, and I don't know if it's policing it, but if they see something going wrong, they check back in to make sure that it's okay for them to get in between and get into this country. So I'm just going to reserve that until I see the third episode. The first and second episode, I had to watch it, and I'm telling you, I had to watch it 3 times because I had to make sure I was seeing what I was seeing and feeling what I was feeling. So I am not as moved. This is one of those shows that I'm not as moved about right now. However, I'm still going to review the rest of it. I'll This is what you're going to get for the first 2 episodes. I will take a time to do a play by play on the episodes going forward. But I will tell you, just watching this and watching how I had watched it, uh, I'd give the first episode out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 2. And I'd give the second episode out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 3. And it's building, and that's the only thing, because if they both had given me the 2, because I'm looking forward to seeing another Chewbacca like character. I'm looking forward to seeing another Wookiee and seeing how this Wookiee interacts and all this other stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's why it's building up to me. What do you all think? Have you all watched it? Are you all moved by what you saw? How are you liking the characters? How are you liking Osha? How are you liking May? How are you liking Master Saul? How are you liking Yordi? Oh, who else? How are you liking the characters? Because we don't spend enough time with we're not spending enough time with them to get to know him. So I can't just say anything. But I do think that Master Saul is acting a little shady. I don't understand why. I am confused in myth why a very seasoned Jedi uh, who has the ability to keep the force around him to like a force field. Why would he fold so quickly with drinking the poison? There is not really good answers for me. I think it would have been better to honestly if we would have started on that planet and moved forward, and we in that way we would have been able to build why we have this acolyte. Okay. All right, people. We do this every week. I will apologize. I don't think that this is one of my better reviews, and plus I'm being a little rusty. If you really want to know the truth about it, but it just wasn't one of those shows that endeared me like this. It's not endearing me right now. So, but tell me what you all think. Please like, comment, and subscribe below. Please share this video if you care. And remember, please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos, y'all. And as always, people, bye bye.